Hi, I'm Charles with AniCap. The story begins as a boy named Shin hides in the forest and nervously sweats as he prepares to attack a group of bandits. He is terrified out of his mind, so he tells himself that he's got this, but he still shakes uncontrollably as he grabs his sword. He is just about to dive in, but gets shocked when the bandits are encountered by a pair of strangers. This duo tells the bums to get honest jobs, but these bandits love their crime-filled lives and refuse to be lectured by some little furry kid. The bandits laugh it up pretty hard, so Shin can't believe how arrogant they are. The bandits try to rob the two strangers, but the guy with the staff and messed up eyes smacks one of them. The bandits decide to just rob them after they take their lives, but the staff kid gives them a little gift. This gift actually turns out to be some kind of earth magic, as some rock fists knock out all of the bandits. The staff kid's name is Jinka, and he has a good laugh after seeing how high the bandits flew. He thinks they got so much hang time because their heads have no brains in them, but the girl named Tama says he is the one without a brain. Now that he knocked them all out, they won't be able to find out where their leader is hiding. They must continue searching the hard way, but Shin can't understand what he just saw the staff kid do. Tama and Jinka rest by a riverside, but Tama decides not to pretend like she doesn't know about Shin's presence anymore. She launches a rock at him, and the now bruised Shin introduces himself as a warrior. He has been following the two because he was amazed by Staff Boy's technique, and he wants to know how it works. Jinka tells his surprisingly older sister that it's time to leave, and he tells Shin that his technique is none of his business. Shin desperately wants to stop them, so he reveals that he knows where the leader of the bandits is hiding. All he asks for in return for telling them is that they tell him a little bit about themselves. Jinka reveals that he is a sage, and Tama explains that she is a fox demon. The technique Jinka used was talisman sorcery combined with demon power. Shin doesn't believe a single word since they just look like children, but Tama threatens him with a snake and tells him to keep his end of the bargain. Shin then takes them to the leader, who he reveals is extremely powerful. No one has ever seen him without his helmet on, and rumor says that he has horns underneath. Shin's new companions mock him since it's pretty clear that he dreams about making a name for himself by taking down bandits. Shin points out that they are doing the same, but Tama explains that they have very different goals. She refuses to tell someone like Shin what they are, since he is the type to get scared of a little old snake. Shin tries to explain that he's actually a very skilled warrior that could wreck all the bandits, but he says it way too loudly. Our group is quickly surrounded by the bandits, but Tama reminds Jinka that their goal is to talk sense into them. Tama meets with the leader and shockingly demands that they all leave. Everyone laughs at her for being naive, but she stops Jinka from fighting all of them so that she can keep trying to talk to them. She makes a long speech about how they will eventually fail to keep up with this criminal lifestyle as they get older, and laughs as she thinks she did a good job. Shin can't believe she came all this way just to say that, and the bandits are extremely irritated. They prepare to attack the little furry, but Jinka easily stops them. Jinka points out that humans aren't worth the trouble, but Tama wishes he would keep his short temper in check. The leader orders for them to be eliminated, but Jinka just starts thrashing them around. Shin is stunned since this bandit group is well known for being untouchable, but Jinka's manhandling them. Shin comes under attack, but finds the strength within himself to strike the bandit down. The other two are shocked that Shin's helmet-splitting move was actually real, and Shin can hardly believe it himself. However, Shin gets way too confident way too quickly. He charges at the leader with the intention of splitting his helmet as well, but everyone is surprised to see arms come out of the leader's head. Some little monster scolds Shin for forcing him to reveal himself, and all the bandits can't believe what they are seeing. This thing is referred to as a Katawara, an otherworldly creature. Jinka reveals that it must be strong since it managed to stay hidden for so long, but he thinks they might be able to beat it if he uses spirit transformation. This monster then furiously attacks the group and vows to end their lives. Tama then surprisingly bites herself, and Jinka helps himself to some of her blood. The area around them begins to glow as Tama's hair color changes and energy bursts from Jinka's body. He has seriously powered up, so Tama explains that spirit transformation is a technique where someone harmonizes with a demon and they partially transform into one. Once Jinka dons his demon body, he is invincible. This invincibility is quickly put to the test by the bandits, but they are no match for him. The monster decides that it will take matters into his own hands by eating Jinka's eyes, and Shin wonders if Jinka's really planning to fight just using a staff. Tama tells him to just watch, and Jinka easily dodges the monster's fists. Jinka quickly closes the gap, but the monster blocks his attack and prepares to counter with its extra set of arms. Jinka simply overpowers this thing though and smashes it into the ground. He releases the spell technique and both Jinka and Tama transform back to their normal selves. The monster seems to have been controlling a corpse and Jinka bids it farewell as it goes to the afterlife. Tama finally reveals that she actually likes humans quite a bit. That is why she has made it a habit of getting rid of those who engage in evil. Jinka's just along for the ride, and Tama proclaims that they are known as the siblings of reformation. Sometime later, the two sworn siblings can't believe that Shin is still following them. Shin thinks about how he had no clue that Katawara existed, but he's excited to have stumbled into a really incredible world. He follows them all the way into an inn where some guy complains about a monster that showed up on a road earlier. Some Buddhist fighter tried to take down the man-eating monster, but he only became its victim. This monster is known to some as shakugan. The witness reveals that the fighting monk named Saron got flattened by this monster, but this just makes one of the other demon fighting monks furious. They determine that they must settle the matter and demand that no one else interfere. Shin thinks that they should keep Tama a secret since the monks might want to eliminate her for being a demon fox, but these guys already know. They have trained their entire lives to gain immense power, and they only go after Sawari demons, the type that pose a threat to humans. Tama wonders if Shin is there to help them reform the world, but Shin says that he just arrived at the inn by coincidence. He decides to stay the night because he's just too tired, but Jinka gets annoyed. Tama tells him not to be so hard on the kid though, since he showed a lot of heart when he tried to attack the leader. In the middle of the night, Shin wakes up and rushes outside, where he does some training. His mind is plagued with the thoughts of how he was bullied for being weak, and no one ever believed him when he told them that his father was a samurai. He thinks about how he was able to get the monster to reveal itself, and wonders if he could defeat a demon one day. Shin plans to stick with the two strangers in the hopes of making himself stronger. Just then, the two appear to teach him the valuable lesson of paying attention to his surroundings. Tama is relieved to find that Shin isn't a thief running around in the middle of the night, but Jinka wishes he had been, since he is looking for an opportunity to deal some punishment out to a human. It soon becomes time for Tama to return to sleep, so Shin wonders if these two are really that powerful. The next morning, Shin wakes up to find that everyone has already left. He rushes after them in the hopes of seeing another amazing fight, but finds that Jinka seems to be in an argument with the fighter monks. The monks want Jinka to step aside and leave the earthly affairs to those who live in the world of men. Jinka couldn't care less about the affairs of men, but they intend to harm a demon, so he needs them to have a good reason. They point out that it killed a human, but Jinka explains that humans do that to other humans all the time. Using their logic would mean that humans are the evil ones. Jinka suggests that they kill one another, but Tama silences him. She wants to know why the demon is attacking humans, but the monks reveal that the main temple has instructed them not to speak of it. Shin can't believe that Jinka hates humans so much when his sister is trying to save them, but he is even more stunned when the demon appears behind him. It's surprisingly able to talk, and one of the monks kicks Shin to safety. Jinka is clearly annoyed to see him there, and they watch as the monks use their power to tie up the demon. Jinka is relieved when he sees this, but it's because with the monk's level of spiritual power, the demon will win easily. Tama demands that Jinka help them, so he rushes in. Jinka uses his staff to hit it a bit, but the monks fear that he will die. Jinka is insanely powerful, and shows how easily he can avoid all the demon's attacks. Tama has one look at Shin's dumbfounded face, and wonders if he's having second thoughts about following them. These fights are incredibly dangerous, but it's the world they live in, the world of darkness. Jinka prepares a powerful attack, and Shin seems terrified of the world of darkness. Jinka uses several talismans to summon more rock arms and attack the demon. Shin shows that he isn't terrified at all, and is actually excited. He has finally found a place where he can become stronger, strong enough to beat anyone. Jinka then moves in for his final attack, but is shocked by something. Thanks for watching my recap. Sign up to my free newsletter if you want to show some support to the channel. Link is in the description.